again! It's over! He's done it again! Unbelievable!
Oh, straight into the roof of the net.
Nice one.
Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams.
Starting with football, the Premier League title race has now become a three-way competition between Manchester City, Liverpool and Arsenal. Manchester City took the advantage of Liverpool's loss to Arsenal on Sunday. City beat Brentford 3-1 to go second in the Premier League points table. Brentford were leading 1-0 before Phil Foden's added time goal in the first half. Foden then found the net twice in the second half, extending City's lead by 2 goals. They are now 2 points behind table toppers Liverpool, having played 1 game less. Over in tennis, defending champion Daniil Medvedev has withdrawn from the Rotterdam Open. The world number 3 said it was due to fatigue and a foot injury. Medvedev spent a record 24 hours and 17 minutes playing throughout the entire Australian Open 2024. He later suffered a heart-wrenching loss to Jannik Sinner in the final. Medvedev said, and I quote, "After an incredibly tough and long run in Australia, my body is not recovered enough yet to play, come and defend my title." In shocking news from the world of Formula 1, Red Bull has launched an investigation against its boss, Christian Horner. This comes after a complaint made by another employee against the team principal. Horner, who has held the position since 2005, faces allegations of inappropriate behavior. Red Bull said the independent investigation is being done by an external lawyer. Red Bull even added that they take such matters seriously and the investigation will be completed as soon as possible. Horner, on the other hand, has strongly refuted all the allegations. Moving to cricket, world champions Australia continue their dominant run in ODIs. Australia beat West Indies by 8 wickets in the third ODI to seal the series 3-0. Batting first, Windies were bundled out for a mere 86 runs. Australia chased down the 87-run target inside 7 overs. This was Australia's shortest successful run chase in the format, with 259 balls remaining. Australia will now play 3 T20s against the West Indies starting 9th February. Summing up from the world of cricket, West Indies cricketer Fabian Allen fell victim to a gunpoint mugging in Johannesburg. Allen is currently playing for SA20 League franchise Paarl Royals. The cricketer was targeted outside the team hotel and was left shaken after the incidents. The assailants confronted Allen and took away his phone and personal belongings.
"250 million active football players in the world. Over 180 countries and territories competing at the international stage. But the craze to watch one individual still remains a top priority for many. Lionel Messi, the man who conquered Europe and dazzled in South America. He even cemented his legacy as one of the greatest when Argentina won the World Cup in Qatar. In over 2 decades, Messi has earned a massive fan following across the globe, be it Asia, America, Europe, Africa, or any part of the world. The boy from Rosario is now a mega superstar. He also has that good boy image. That's why FIFA loves him too, and he's won all the awards. There's little he can do to put a foot wrong. But about 15,000 kilometers away from Miami, a city where Messi plays, a certain section of his fans might not be a fan of the Argentine anymore. The people of Hong Kong may have started to hate the 8-time Ballon d'Or winner. The much-hyped exhibition match between Intermiami and Hong Kong 11 ended with fans booing Lionel Messi and Intermiami co-owner David Beckham. What started with overwhelming cheers and rapture ended in boos and calls for refunds in the sold-out 40,000-seat Hong Kong stadium. This is the second heartbreaking incident for football fans in less than a week's time. Earlier, when Inter Miami toured to Saudi to play the Riyadh Season Cup, Messi took part in the first game against Al Hilal, where Inter Miami lost 4-3. But the much-anticipated second match between Al Nassr and Inter Miami ended without the presence of both Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. The fans in Saudi were disheartened not to see the last dance, but the backlash wasn't anywhere as near as what happened in Hong Kong. Messi faced jeers from the fans for sitting out throughout the game. And it's totally understandable, given that people paid exorbitant prices to watch the superstar in action. In addition to Messi, star player Luis Suarez also didn't feature in the game, while other marquee players Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets were only substituted in the second half. The fans' reaction was a setback for Hong Kong, who have sought to boost the city's image as a hub for mega sporting events. The hype was such that the Hong Kong government even agreed for a $2.05 million grant to the match organisers Tatler Asia. The government has now urged the organisers to explain to the public in detail why Messi didn't play. In a press briefing following the match day, Secretary for Culture, Sports and Tourism Kevin Yuen said, "The government's funding agreement with the match organisers required Messi to play on the field for at least 45 minutes, unless there were safety or health concerns."
In regard to the saga relating to intermiami exhibition match on Sunday, it is, of course, very undesirable and extremely disappointing for this to happen in such a way that the public expectation of Messi showing up and playing in the match did not materialize. What is important in this case is, first of all, we will keep on urging the organizer to explain to the public in detail what actually happened, what were the details of the agreement between them and the team, and also why, in the course of the communication of the government, despite all the suggestions and demands made by the government, nothing materialized.
Following the backlash and official pressure, Tatler Asia CEO Michael Lamounière made an announcement that they would withdraw the application of the grant from the government. Lamounière addressed a press briefing and even confirmed that Messi was contracted to take the field for at least 45 minutes unless injured in the match.
Tatler Asia deeply regret the disappointing ending to what was an exciting occasion and has decided to officially withdraw its application for the M-Mark event status and 16 million Hong Kong dollars grant.
No one would have thought that the matter would escalate. This was just a pre-season friendly after all. But these are the things that are bound to happen if you are Lionel Messi. The love and admiration that fans have for him knows no leaps or bounds. The disappointment can be gauged from the fact that around 40,000 people had flocked to Hong Kong Stadium for Saturday's training session alone. Holding his LM10 jersey, the fans chanted Messi's name throughout the session. And if such was the anticipation, we can safely assume the fallout would be just as huge. Intermiami is now scheduled to play in Tokyo on Wednesday before returning. Messi has opened up on the huge fiasco before the game in Tokyo. Addressing the press conference, he blamed his health for not playing.
Unfortunately, in football, things can happen in any game, that you may have an injury. It happened to me. I couldn't play in the Hong Kong match, and it was a shame because I always wanted to participate. I wanted to be there, and even more so when it came to these games, when we traveled so far and people were so excited to see our matches. I hope we can return and we can play another game, and I can play, as I do whenever I can. But the truth is that it is a shame that I was not able to participate. The truth is that it was bad luck that I couldn't play on the day of the Hong Kong match. In the first game in Saudi Arabia, I felt discomfort in my adductor, and that's why I left the game. In the second game, I tried to test it out, to see the sensations I had and how I felt, because I had done the MRI and it had come that I had edema in the adductor, which was overloaded. But there was no injury. That's why I tried to play. Then we went to Hong Kong and had the open training. And I came out because of the number of people there and because there was also a clinic with the kids I wanted to be present and participate. But the truth is that the discomfort continued and it was very difficult for me to play the match in Hong Kong.
The game against Hong Kong 11 may have ended in Intermiami's favour, but Messi has become the villain. In fact, a fan was seen kicking Messi's head clean off a cardboard cutout inside the stadium after the match. His injury kept him out of action, but fans expected a little glimpse of the superstar. They feel cheated, that they should have given something of what they had come out in huge numbers for. And they hold Messi responsible for that. They think he just didn't want to play in front of them. That thought has left many people fuming. But the man himself said he hopes Miami can return and play another game along with him. Maybe that would do some damage control. And maybe it would do good for Messi to start his damage control mode from Tokyo. If the neighbors are appeased, maybe there's some hope. Clearly, not every superstar has immunity. The fact that you are as good as your last game as your last promise is what did Messi in. Why this episode makes it more shocking is only because of the kind of love and kindness Messi usually generates the world over. From signing autographs on the go in his cars to making phone calls to some of his die-hard fans. Messi has always gone an extra mile for his fans, and that's the Messi Hong Kong was waiting to see.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.